Hello viewers, I'm SB and welcome back to Civilization 6 Gathering Storm, where today we're starting a new game as Kupe of the Maori. I listened to a bunch of indigenous Polynesian people say that word online, so I hope that I'm pretty close to the correct pronunciation. It's going to be an interesting game, so these are the game settings. I'm leaving the disaster intensity at 2 for now. I think we might turn it up in future games, but I want to see one more full game at the default level, because as it is, we've only really seen one, right? That religious victory ended way too early to really see things kick off. So shuffle map type, as like I like. We're still playing on an 8-player map. And let's talk about what makes this civilization special and what's going to make this game kind of weird. So with Kupe, you start the game in the ocean. Your initial settler and warrior start embarked in ocean tiles. You start with sailing and shipbuilding, and your embarked units have +2 movement. You have the ability to enter ocean tiles. So we're going to sail around very quickly, looking for an initial landmass. Once we find it, when we settle our capital, we'll get a free builder, +1 population, +3 housing, and +1 amenity to help us make up for the time while we were sailing around and everybody else was building up all their stuff. And while we're doing all that sailing around, we're getting +2 science and +2 culture per turn, which is like about what a city produces, just so that we're not way behind on culture and science. Then, once we've settled, unimproved woods and rainforest tiles have +1 production on them, which seems great in the early game. And then that increases once you get conservation. And fishing boats provide +1 food and a culture bomb, which I hate that terminology. I really wish they would just say, and you get control of all the adjacent tiles. Because I wonder if culture bomb's even defined in the Civilopedia. It's just like a really dumb term for what that thing is. Resources cannot be harvested. This means we're not able to pull up like crabs or stone or cattle or anything like that. And great writers cannot be earned. Now, you might think that gives them a massive disadvantage in the tourism victory, but they have this unique replacement for the amphitheater. It gives +2 culture and faith to all of this city's tiles with a passable feature or natural wonder. So when it says feature, it's talking about things like woods, rainforests, marshes, stuff like that. After flight is researched, all of those tiles also get +2 tourism. So this building actually could be outputting a pretty large amount of tourism in some locations. It costs no maintenance and it has no great work slots because, of course, you can't earn great writers. That said, I would think it's probably pretty tough to win a tourism victory with them because you don't get... you're not going to be able to take full advantage of a bunch of the tourism-focused wonders either, without being able to get great writers. But you can still trade for great works of writing, I suppose, and also you could go for more of a national parks and rock band-focused sort of tourism victory. They also get a unique military unit that reduces the combat strength of enemies nearby and can build this unique fort. Occupying unit gets +4 defense strength, and a Maori unit occupying a paw heals even if they just moved or attacked, which seems incredibly powerful. Very, very good for defense. So, I don't have a plan here as far as victory type. We're just going to kind of see what the game wants to give us. We're going to paint with all of the colors that Civ 6 provides. So we're not super close. What I'm looking for here is the borders of the map. We're not super close to the top or the bottom. If we were, I would probably try to sail away from that just so we could avoid tundra. Okay, we discovered the Great Barrier Reef immediately. +3 food and +2 science. Natural wonder. Well, I mean, let's go that way. So we just got ourselves the boost for astrology. Maybe we'll do something kind of religious here. There are some turtles nearby. You know how I feel about turtles. They're basically the elephants of the sea. Okay, Bandar Brunei, that's great. So one of the things that I'm hoping for this game is to meet more city-states early, because that can have a huge effect on your game. So we're going to be getting a free +4 gold per turn once we settle here. And your trading posts in foreign cities provide +1 gold to your trade routes passing through or going to the city. That would mean that as we meet other players, like once we're trading with our allies and stuff, we'll want to make trade routes to the nearby cities to get trading posts established and then run trade routes through them to further cities to make the routes a little bit more valuable. Unfortunately, +1 gold is probably not enough of a bonus to really be worth putting a lot of effort into, I guess. And they would like us to construct a commercial hub. Well, I'll tell you what, I'll give it a shot. So, I don't know exactly where we want to settle here. I mean, this land all looks pretty good. There is a river over there. We probably want to get that freshwater bonus. Let's sail around here, just get a little bit more vision. Okay, well, we have a lot of sea resources nearby. This is definitely interesting. Up in here, I was hoping to get a little bit more vision. Well, that looks like an okay tile to me. To some degree, it's going to depend on what's over here. Like, I would love to... Oh, we discovered another continent. Okay, so if we settle right here and we put a harbor right there, we'll have a +4 adjacency bonus. +2 from the city center, and then +1 from each of these sea resources. That's not bad. Also, this is a pretty good tile, even without the fishing boats on it, and we'll definitely build fishing boats. Turtling boats, I guess. And there's another city-state. So we're going to be rolling in money. And your bonus is your trader units are immune to being plundered on water tiles. You know what? That's pretty good, actually. They would like a government plaza. Well, we will definitely build one of those. Okay. I like this quite a bit. And you get a era score bonus for settling within 3 tiles of a Great Wonder, I believe. So putting down right here will get us that as well. This seems like an okay start. I'm going to get our land unit back out on the water here. I'm debating whether I want to explore that way or this way first. Let's go, I guess, this way. We have a couple of good luxuries, a good position for a couple of mines. Yeah, I think this is pretty cool. I'll be honest with you. Like I said, I don't really have a plan. I don't have a direction already for our victory, but it tends to be the case that when I play sort of without having a plan ahead of time, I end up on the science victory because I just like science a lot. That may be where we go. Also, pushing for an early science victory, or pushing hard on science, would mean that we get to stuff like flood barriers earlier, and maybe we'll actually be able to build some. Wouldn't that be cool? So, what do we want to build here? We could just go for our monument really quickly. That might be worthwhile. Get a couple more culture. Almost double our culture output. I'm also kind of thinking, like, what if we just established a couple of cities really, really fast here? You know what? I think I want to do that. We don't see any other players. We're not in a huge amount of danger, I don't think. So let's get mining, both because it's an important defensive tech and because we can immediately make use of it. So you can see when we built the fishing boats, we got control of all of the surrounding tiles. It's going to take us a couple of turns to get mining. How long does it take to buy a tile? It's going to be 50 gold to buy the fish over here. Or 80 gold to buy those turtles over there. I probably want the fish. No, I know. What am I thinking? This tile is strictly inferior to that one. Turtle on Reef is just a really good tile. Also, turtles are adorable. Who doesn't love a good sea turtle? Yeah, this might be the first thing we purchase, actually. So it's going to be a minute before we're ready to build another tile improvement then. I guess just wait here. You are going to crawl up on land over there and get me some more city-states, hopefully. Maybe not. Maybe there are no more city-states on this landmass. We could just build a farm, I suppose. But I don't think we're actually going to have food problems. With our fishing boats are already pretty good for food, and they provide housing. And our fishing boats are even better than the normal ones, which are already very good. I'll tell you what, though. I definitely want to make sure we get our pantheon bonus as quickly as possible. So do I want to get back in the water and head up around the north? We still don't see the borders of the map. We could also just try to run down here. It's possible that this ends up being a peninsula, maybe right here, or maybe like another tile south. Yeah, let's head north. I'm going to see what's around the other side of Lisbon. We really are making quite a lot of money. We're going to be able to buy this turtle tile pretty soon. I'm actually just going to wait there. So as soon as we meet another player, we have an extra copy of turtles to trade them. We don't have a recon unit, so this is obviously what we're doing here. But I'm going to put God King in the capital rather than urban planning, because I want to get our pantheon as quickly as possible. Because we're going to pick up a pantheon that improves our production. Alright, so next turn we'll buy these turtles. And we probably want to head through astrology, both because maybe we want to settle a religion, and also because the harbor is through astrology, and our harbor is going to be very important to us. And then here, I mean, we're already working on a settler. Let's just go ahead and pick up the ability to get trade routes running, because trade routes are very, very important to growing your empire. Some combat going on over there. Aha, we have discovered another city-state. Fortunately, it is a city-state that provides culture, and because we're meeting them first, we're getting that first envoy for free, so we're just getting all of these great free yields. You remember Rapa Nui. We remember Rapa Nui. I don't think they're going to be particularly valuable to us this game, but man, I assume this applies to replacements to the amphitheater? Probably. Yeah, they're probably not going to be very valuable to us this game, but I love free +2 culture per turn. Alright, so let's go ahead. That's not the button I wanted. Hey. I want to purchase tile. Grab these guys. There we go. Okay, so you can't culture bomb outside of your workable range. That's not a thing I knew, but I was curious. And then we'll come back and we are either building a mine on the amber or a quarry on the stone. Building a quarry boosts masonry, building a mine boosts wheel. We don't have rice or wheat. We are on a river, though. I don't know that it matters too much. Let's improve the amber just so that we can focus our resource output in as few tiles as possible. Wow, there are a lot of turtles on this map. So I don't really know where we're putting the next city yet. I think we have an okay spot, like right here would be fine. And that's just far enough away from Lisbon to be okay. That has another good harbor position. And this will be a nice, strong, like, core of growth. Cities will be able to defend each other easily. I think the next thing we're going to buy is... Oh, I probably won't even have to. I just want to make sure we get this coffee, not Lisbon. I should have bought this before the turtles, actually. I got distracted by how much I love turtles. We just had a barbarian camp spawn somewhere nearby. Right there, it turns out. Okay. This is a pretty good start to an empire. We don't necessarily even really want to work the Great Barrier Reef. Like, the tiles are not that good. But it's nice to have it nearby. I was hoping we were going to be able to see inland. Stupid mountains. I will say that we do not have a very good location for a holy site here. We could try to just build Stonehenge. I wouldn't necessarily expect to get it, but we could give it a shot here. So I'm gonna leave things as they are for the moment, social policy wise. So none of the tiles. This is first tier coastal lowland. This is second. But none of the tiles that are terribly important to us will sink into the ocean right away. And we'll just have to come up with ways of protecting the little bits of our empire that will. So, Stonehenge. Stonehenge grants you a free Great Prophet, and your Great Prophet can found the religion right there on Stonehenge instead of you having to build a holy site. It also gives a little bit of faith per turn. This is a good way to get a Great Prophet without having to play the whole Great Person Points game, but it's also relatively hotly contested. I'm going to go for it. Let's see if the game will allow us to do this. So you have to build it on flat land near stone. We'll just put it right there, and we'll see. Yeah, there's no particular reason for it to be like over here, or I think this is fine. Let's see if we can get it. We've already got our first settler out. We can still build up our other city while we're doing this. Now, ordinarily, if you were trying to rush Stonehenge, you would do so by chopping forests. That's a possibility for us, but these forest tiles, once they're actually in our empire, will be 2 food, 2 production. That said, we may end up clearing some of them. What does it cost to buy a builder? $215? Or $180 for a trader, which might be what we do instead. So now the real question here for us is, do we just go straight into celestial navigation to get the harbor going? The harbor is going to give us additional food, and eventually it's going to give us additional production, although that's quite a ways away. I think I might go for writing first, since we don't seem to be getting a lot of pressure from our surroundings. It doesn't look terribly dangerous here. We haven't met any other players or anything. Let's try to get our campus going really early, and then we'll push to the harbor and all of the great buildings within from there. And now that we have the ability to make traders, so we can run some trade routes, what is most important? Obviously, we're headed toward political philosophy to get a real government. But do we want to go through early empire, which will let us boost our settler production for a while? Or do we want to go to state workforce and get the government plaza a little bit earlier? Because it is quite powerful. And also, we have a city-state giving us a quest for this. So, we should talk about that. Because of this quest, we won't be able to get another quest from Lisbon, and thus access to more free envoys, until we deal with this. If a city-state gives you a quest that you can fail, like destroy the barbarian encampment that's nearby and somebody else gets it, at least once you've failed a quest, they'll give you a new one at the start of the next era. This quest is not failable, and it will just sit here on Lisbon, blocking us from getting new easy quests from them forever. So I do kind of want to get this cleared early on. Yeah, alright, let's maybe head towards state workforce. I don't know that we necessarily need colonization. This will give us production toward builders. Over here we get production toward wonders. Yeah, I don't know. None of this stuff's really blowing my mind. I guess let's head towards state workforce, and then from there through political philosophy. And if the game, if somebody else builds Stonehenge before we do, I might just not bother making a religion then. You know, we certainly don't need one to win. Can be a nice bonus sometimes. Alright, let's have this guy. We'll just leave that unexplored for a moment because it would be kind of a pain to get to. We're going to go and scout out some new city locations. Or maybe I should just go, you know, we should probably go clear these barbarians, actually, before they become a problem for the new city. Yeah, harbors are going to be very good for us. So I don't think we want to change anything here. We're still not quite at Pantheon level. What is it going to take to get that Pantheon? 25 faith. So we're building it up slowly. Once we earn a Pantheon, the Pantheon we're going to take will give us +1 production from each fishing boat, which obviously will be pretty good for us, and will continue to be pretty good throughout the game as we acquire more and more land. And also, we're going to be a little production starved it looks like, because we don't have a ton of forests around us, or hills. Does that mean I would rather settle down here so that I could use these hills to build a mine? Really do like this location. Now, we're fine. Kahia becomes the first settlement on North America. We are totally killing it on era score. So here we're definitely going to just need a builder. And next turn we can buy out the trader in Kahia. Actually, you know what? We have the ability for traders to enter water? This allows builders to embark. This allows all land units. Okay, this one specifically says traders, but I think of traders as land units. I guess we'll see. If we can't run if we buy a trader in Kahia and it can't run to the capital, we'll just run it to Rapa Nui to get that quest out of the way. Build up some envoys with it. I would think that all land units can embark would allow us to get away with this. Yeah, okay, it totally works. So, I don't know that I actually care about envoys with Rapa Nui. Like, I think it's fine for us to leave this blocking the quest slot because we don't really benefit from this stuff. I don't know that we're going to make any theater squares in the very near future. Obviously, we'll want some. but it's not a priority. I suppose the other thing I could have done this here to boost production of Stonehenge, but let's just get the new city growing. You know what else we're going to need in the new city pretty quickly is a granary, because our housing here is terrible. What does it cost to buy one of those? $260? Okay, we may just buy it. It's nice to meet a couple of city-states early. You got a lot more options. Oh, I didn't quite get the job done. This is going to provide us with a burst of gold when we clear it, as well as some more era score. Not that we necessarily need the era score at this point. The barbarians are driven away, and by driven away we mean into the ocean. They are definitely dead. Well, nobody has managed to steal Stonehenge. I wonder if we might actually get it. An unmet city-state has been defeated. What kind of monster would do such a thing? Did we discover a new continental plate? We did. So what do these actually look like? So North America might just be this landmass. It's kind of sort of the shape of North America. A little bit. Well, you know, you have to squint. Okay, so now that we have access to writing, now I think we want to head in the general direction of celestial navigation. Get ourselves the harbor, even more money to work with, and then hopefully we can get to the shipyard pretty quickly. I think we're actually going to get Stonehenge. I sort of thought that this was not going to work. I mean, I had hope, but somebody's constructed the Great Bath. You know what? That might be part of it, is that now there's another really good early game wonder. Maybe the AI go for the Great Bath a little bit more than they go for Stonehenge now. Well, we can definitely pull our Faith policy card, because we're almost at Pantheon level, and Stonehenge will push us the rest of the way. We definitely want that Pantheon as soon as we can get it. Okay. Well, this is what the code has provided, so this is what we will take. Time for a religion that is maybe a little bit science-focused. Must found a pantheon first, that's true. Okay, we can't found a religion until we have our pantheon. Okay, excellent. Another city-state. So Mexico City is providing us +2 production for wonders, buildings, and districts in the capital, which is great. Regional effects from your industrial zone and entire entertainment complex reach further is just awesome. That's just a really, really great bonus. And they would like it if we would recruit a great merchant. Okay, well, that's a shame. We're going to have to build commercial districts for that. It's not really the thing we have going yet. Well, let's get ourselves a 3rd copy of turtles, because turtles are great. And then I think I want to build a campus just as soon as we can. Does it make sense to clear forest for the campus? Probably not, right? Like, this is our worst tile. Let's build it here. I'm just trying to think if there's any, like, adjacency-focused reason we would want to do anything else with it, but I don't think so. So we definitely need to develop plantations and also animal husbandry to continue picking up new luxuries, but we're not in a big hurry on that. And then over here, I probably just want to also build a campus here, I think. So this tile has rainforest on it. +1 science for every 2 adjacent rainforests. Okay, it does not get an adjacency bonus from normal forests, so this is a shame. So nowhere that we put this down is it going to get an immediate adjacency bonus. But we could just put it down here. Yeah, like maybe we just want to push science really hard, really fast here. Alright, and we've got our first governor title available. So we could pick up Pingala if we're trying to push science. Obviously, extra science is good, but maybe this is kind of like... maybe this is the sort of time when we want to pick up one of these building-focused governors. So she has access to the fishery, which you can just build I believe, in any coast tile that is any light-colored water tile. Let's have a quick look at the fishery. It must be built on a coastal plot. Gives +1 food, an additional +1 food when adjacent to a sea resource, and +1 production if Liang is in the city still. I like that. I mean, we have a lot of coastal tiles here, and a significant number of them are adjacent to a sea resource because of the way the turtles are spaced out. Liang might be really good for us. Sorry, did it give housing as well? It does not give housing. It's not as good as a fishing boat. I suppose if it did give housing, then you would always have to take her, because she could give a city, like, 5 extra housing. Yeah, okay, I kind of like her. If we don't take her, we could take Reina for the doubled adjacency bonus from commercial hubs and harbors, which will be really valuable once we have the shipyard, which produces industry equal to your harbor's adjacency bonus. But she could probably wait a little bit. Think Liang, giving us extra build charges from our builders, and also quick access to zoning commissioner. Yeah. Also, we didn't use her last game, so it'll be good to check her out. So where do we want to put her? Does it matter much? Not really. Let's put her in the capital. The capital has more use for food due to its higher housing limit. Okay, and we just need to keep trying to meet new city-states. Keep getting free stuff. Like, the capital getting +2 production from that city-state, that's a significant improvement. A significant, like, percentage improvement in our production. It's a pretty nice thing to have right now. Okay, next turn we're going to get our pantheon. You guys should probably go and build these fishing boats. And actually, this tile is currently owned by the capital, but I'm going to swap it over. Because that gives us an extra point of housing, right? Is it not? Yeah, okay, we're at 2 of 4. So we're not slowing our growth anymore. So yeah, a third city right here seems pretty okay. It's not going to get the same great harbor position as everybody else, but we could build a commercial hub, something over there. Did we not get? Okay, it triggers the turn after you hit the threshold, I guess. So we probably ought to go up and just pick up one of these stone tiles, I guess. Okay, we're definitely going to need more builders. Also, we're going to go ahead and purchase this thing. Keep this city growing for a while. Yeah, so we're up to 6 housing already. We definitely want God of the Sea, +1 production from fishing boats. What an extremely good pantheon for our position here. Look at how good these turtle tiles are. Well, I mean, you know what we're going to have to do here. Where is it? There we go. So, what do we receive from our noble elephants of the sea? If you really squint, a sea turtle's flipper sort of looks like an elephant's ear. So, you know, it works in more than one way. We could get bonus housing from shrines and temples, bonus food from shrines and temples. Those are both, I think, strong options. You gain the ability to purchase campus and theater square district buildings with faith, which will help us set up new cities more quickly if we make sure to actually get some faith generation going, and then we can throw down, just get the campus up and immediately purchase the university and the library. Shrines and temples provide extra culture for you, would allow us to build, effectively, holy sites instead of theater squares, which saves us a little bit of room in our cities, and actually I kind of like that a lot. I don't know, if we don't pick up Jesuit education, though, and we're going to be kind of science-focused, what are we going to be using our faith for? Like, we'll have all this faith. I mean, if we take Feed the World or Religious Community, we're building shrines and temples anyway. right? So what are we going to use? Like, in all of these cases, we're going to end up with a bunch of faith and me not having a strong feeling on what we're going to do with it. All right, I'm going to take choral music, I think, and we're just going to not build theater squares. I'm going to not even bother with theater squares. It's kind of weird, actually. You know what we could do, because we're the Maori, is we could actually take Jesuit education and not build holy sites. Just build theater squares, because our unique building in our theater squares gives us faith from our terrain, and then we could use the faith to push our buildings faster. You know what? Actually, I like that. I like that quite a bit. So we get to pick one belief right now. So remember, there are sort of three categories of belief. They're the candle beliefs and the book beliefs and the prayer beliefs, the hand beliefs. These ones all give us a building that we can build in our holy site. If we're not planning to build a lot of holy sites, these are pretty weak. But we could, like, take Meeting House just so nobody else can have it. A little spiteful. But, you know, a thing that people don't really know about turtles, you don't have a lot of opportunity to find this out, they're spiteful. Turtles hate everyone, and they always want to fight. I might take Defender of the Faith. This is only partially a spite play, but it's also, you know, just like good for us to defend ourselves. The thing is, if we don't have a lot of holy sites, we definitely have to have some holy sites, right? I don't want to build a lot, but like one in the capital maybe, just so that we can buy religious units with all the faith that we have. Because we will need to spread our religion. And once we've spread our religion, Defender of the Faith is pretty good, right? It keeps us safe from other players. And we can come back and get this other stuff later. Yeah, I'm going to pick up Defender of the Faith. This is a not very religion-focused religion. The world's first religion. Yeah, I mean, that's usually what happens when you get Stonehenge. So we're going to have kind of an unusual game here. At least unusual for me. The Ancient Era ends in 10 turns. I wonder if we could get a really early Golden Age going. Let's run down this landmass, see if we can maybe meet another city-state or two. How would we generate 5 more era score in the next 10 turns? You know, I don't really know. Okay, the young is established. We should probably just build our library. Get all of this science going extremely quickly. I do want a settler, though. How long would it take me to make a settler? Let's do that. We'll just sail over here and settle along the river. Oh, I did not change God King, which we totally should do. I think I'm going to put us on colonization for a moment here. Generate us some extra quick settlers. Okay, excellent. Another free culture bonus. And if we become their suzerain, they will give us plus 2% culture for each great person that we have ever earned. We might end up with a huge amount of culture. It's possible. I like aquaculture, but I think we're going to take zoning commissioner first. We're going to be building a lot of districts pretty quickly here. Yeah, I think that makes more sense, because we need builders to take advantage of fisheries anyway. Well, I was kind of hoping to move there. This looks like it's probably just the coast. We might be better off running to the west. And now that we have the ability to build harbors, where are we headed next? The shipyard is going to be a tremendously important building for our civilization, and it's through education. Honestly, it's on the other side of a lot of things that we definitely want pretty soon anyway. So we have to go through apprenticeship. We want that. This will get us animal husbandry so we can improve the truffles. Learn how to make the pigs work for us. Pigs are like turtles of the land. Pigs are basically just tiny elephants, if you really think about it. Yeah, you know what? I'm just going to click on mass production like this. So we're going to go to apprenticeship, and then education, and then mass production. I think that's a pretty reasonable science path. We definitely just need to get more cities out, but our colonization card will help us with that. So when we found a city on a new continent, which we are totally going to do, we'll get some era score for that. I'm not sure if we're going to be able to push to the Golden Age here. I think I might just be a little too slow. We have 5 turns. This guy's going to get over here in only 1 or 2. I don't know. We might be okay. It would be cool to get a second era Golden Age. Alright, well, we see tundra, so we know now where the bottom of the world is. Do I want to just jam out another settler real fast while we have this card? Probably, right? I don't actually even know where they'll go, but we'll find a spot. There's not actually a lot of settleable land on this continent. Oh man, look at that. Bananas in rainforest. Remember, we would get an extra 1 production on this tile. This would be a 3 and 3 tile. It's a shame we can't settle that. Yeah. That whole island is going to sink into the ocean as soon as the ice caps start melting. I mean, there's a location on the southern end of this continent. That's not terrible. Just continue to expand. City-states do not produce any loyalty pressure, so we don't have to worry about that city being lost to our empire or anything. Okay, this city itself will be on a coastal lowland. That is where we're going to settle, even though that's dangerous. We will figure it out. And unfortunately, we're going to finish the government plaza just a little bit too slow to unblock this quest slot. Which means that maybe I don't want to do it right away. It doesn't need to go down immediately. Then again, a bonus for settling on tiles that are not on our base continent is actually pretty good for us. Yeah, you know what? Maybe we want to do that. Maybe we do want to just get it now. I would rather put it on the tile that's not going to sink, also adjacent to our campus for more adjacency bonus. And we could settle the city right here instead. I wanted to settle near the rice. And actually, I want to keep this tile because this is going to be 3 production. So we'll just make sure that we prioritize flood barriers. We will definitely get the flood barriers. Alright, I'm going to run across the continent and we're going to see what else is in this direction. So we're not going to be able to generate 3 more era score, are we? Well, hold on, how many turns do I have left? No. Era ends next turn. I guess there's an argument, I suppose, that I should have waited to settle this then. Just do it next. Wait 1 turn and get the era score for next era. Yeah, that's maybe a thing I should have done. I don't know. There's definitely something to be said for just getting your cities down and growing as quickly as possible. Oh, if we had finished the Civic 1 turn earlier, the combination of us entering a new research era, or a new civics era, and getting a new government would have pushed us over. We were one turn off of a golden age there. That's a real shame. Well, I've talked a lot of trash about monumentality in the past, but monumentality might be great for us. It's like we definitely have a bunch of districts that we're going to build. I guess the question is, are we going to outpace it with this, what do you call it, free inquiry? Because we are definitely going to build some buildings with science yields. Because the question is just how many good Eurekas are left. How many Eurekas are we definitely going to get? Well, we're going to get the Eureka for irrigation, because there's rice to farm right next to our new city. We're going to get the bonus for mathematics when we put down our first harbor, which we should get before we actually finish mathematics, I think. Yeah, because apprenticeship is in our research queue before that. Apprenticeship we probably won't boost. Education we totally will. Yeah, let's go free inquiry. I think free inquiry is actually going to be very good for us. And then we certainly want to switch to a new government. It's hard for me to imagine that we don't want to do Classical Republic. Extra yellow slots plus the bonus to great person points is just too good. So we should pick up Charismatic Leader. There's definitely something to be said for Diplomatic League as we continue to explore, because if you meet a city-state first with Diplomatic League action, you immediately get 2 envoys. But I'd like to be able to build up our relationships with our other, our already existing city-state friends. So we probably run, like, Urban Planning in one of these slots and maybe Ilcum in the other, because we are going to have to build some builders here. Yeah, actually, that's pretty good. Alright, so we're planning to build a number of theater squares. I'm wondering, like, what do we want to do next? We could try to pick up the Mausoleum. Great Engineers and Great Admirals getting an additional charge on their abilities is really good. And the AI does not often build the Mausoleum super quickly, so you can usually get it. I mean, the Great Library is extremely good. Receive a random tech boost whenever anybody else recruits a Great Scientist. +2 Science, plus Great Scientist and Great Writer points. You know what? It's not super good. It's good, but it's not amazing. Well, I guess let's get drama and poetry. I'd love to get some of these up relatively quickly. We don't really need mysticism right away. We don't actually have a lot of good positions for the Oracle because we don't have hills, like, pretty much anywhere. Yeah, okay. I'm pretty happy with this. So we did complete Lisbon's quest just a little bit too late. So +2 gold in every market and lighthouse, and then plus another 2 gold in every bank and shipyard as we continue to build up here. We don't need to become their suzerain right away, although obviously the earlier we're their suzerain, the more favor we'll get out of them. But I would really love it if we could have gotten another quest right as the era started, so we could have pushed to 3. Those warriors are just like in a very inconvenient place right now. We could settle here, I suppose, to get these resources. It's not amazing. We could settle over here to get the cocoa, and this actually has pretty good harbor positioning. You know, that's not terrible. Obviously, we're gonna have to do something about the flood barrier there. I don't really have a plan for that. Like, it's gonna just be hard to build stuff in this city, and it will want a flood barrier. I don't know. We'll figure it out. So we could build a holy site here to start accumulating faith to help spread our religion. We could build our library because we want great scientist points and science and also era score. We could just go to the harbor because we want to get more trade routes established. Probably the harbor is the most important thing. By which I mean trade routes are the most important thing. Here... Yeah, I kind of love Ancestral Hall in this position. We're just going to spread out everywhere, have as many cities as we can get. And at this point, now that it's looking like we might actually start building more builders, we get aquaculture. Aquaculture actually could be the solution to our building problem. We could just we could build fisheries all over the place everywhere, and then just move Liang to whichever city needs production really badly. I don't know how viable that is as a strategy, but it's something we're going to try out. We'll figure it out. And we have quite a lot of money. I don't really know what we want to spend it on, honestly. I guess what we could do is we could run... we could just buy the lighthouse in the harbor immediately. That's probably the right thing. So, I think we're going to keep running the trade route out of this city for the moment, because I do want to get that Ancestral Hall done. Somebody else has built the Hanging Gardens. Oh no, I don't remember what those do. They're probably pretty good. So it's probably not worth waiting for the Ancestral Hall to be done here. It's just going to give us a free builder. Yeah, I think I just want to just get the city down and growing. Free builders are nice, but they're not sit around for 7 turns nice. We don't even get the policy card, because I'm not allowed to have great writers. Okay. You know what I am going to do? I'm going to purchase this tile. And have that be the first tile we work here, just to grow the population a little bit more. We have a lot of money. We can do a lot of stuff with our money. And then we can have this city build a couple of districts over here. So what do we want to prioritize here? Probably just a builder. Instead of waiting 7 turns and getting a free builder, use that time to build this builder while also getting population growth on the city. So now that we have access to our theater square, maybe I do want to prioritize the mausoleum. Great engineers are awfully useful for everything in general, but the Science Victory definitely has some things you want some great engineers for. I say great builders earlier. Yeah, they're basically that. That's essentially what they are. Okay, got ourselves a really nice harbor. We can't quite purchase the lighthouse yet. It might be better to just build the lighthouse and then purchase the trader. Yeah, that seems reasonable. Alright. Is this... Yeah, this is just a disconnected mountain rising out of the sea. You know, that's definitely a thing that happens in real life. I feel like I don't see that in Civ. You know, just like jagged rocks coming up out of the water. But I don't feel like I see that in Civ very often. Okay, there's a bunch of tornadoes over by Rapa Nui. Hopefully those don't head in this direction at all. What did you want? You wanted a commercial hub. We are going to get that. That's totally going to happen. Okay, found ourselves another landmass. Okay, the tornadoes are headed out to sea. That works just fine for me. Okay, let's see here. What do we want to improve first? I want to get this. We're totally going to want to grab irrigation here. In fact, I might... Let's finish this, then get irrigation so that we can improve the coffee. Then we'll get back to all this other stuff we were working on. Alright, Akkad. We are not the first person to meet Akkad. We did not get the free envoy. Right, we know what Akkad does. We saw them last game. Okay, so we know there's a player on that landmass. That's good to know. We do not urgently need housing. I think I might go for the campus here. But I don't think I want to build the campus adjacent to the mountain, even though it's better there, because I really do think we want to save both of these tiles for campus building for that city. So that being the case, we could just build it next to the water. We're probably going to build our commercial hub here or here, is my guess. Just put it here so that it can get adjacency bonuses and stuff. Yeah, that seems reasonable. We'll spend our next builder gaining a production for the city, and then gaining another production for the city. That'll help with getting that established. So, should we go up there and meet them, or should we keep looking around? I think I'm going to keep looking around for maybe other city-states that haven't yet been met by players. Sorry, I didn't look at their quest. They want religious conversion. Well, we'll see. That'll happen at some point. So maybe it would be a good idea to move Leon, because we just got a governor title, and I'm wondering if we want to maybe pick Reina up and throw her in the capital. I guess she doesn't actually give the harbor the adjacency bonus until her second promotion. Here we're definitely going to build our campus. We're going to be building, or a library. We're going to be building a bunch of libraries in quick succession here, hopefully. Or do we want to pick up more stuff for Leon first? +2 housing for every neighborhood and aqueduct. +1 amenity for every canal and dam. Cities' improvements, buildings, and districts cannot be damaged by environmental effects. Hopefully this will not be too useful to us. City parks are a good way of getting culture if you don't want to build a lot of culture stuff, but we're actually pretty pro theater square in our current configuration, I think. Yeah, I don't think that she is, that any of her other stuff is a real urgent situation here. So let's get Reina started. We'll just throw her in Kahia for now. She can help Kahia acquire some tiles. Can I swap the two of them, maybe? We definitely want to be able to build a bunch of fisheries, right? We still have a ton of housing to take advantage of here. So let's buy ourselves that trader. And then we could try to build the Colossus. We only have 17, or it's a 17-turn build. I don't love that, but it does give a bonus to trade routes and also gold and Great Admiral points. And we need our library. We at least, at the very least, want to build the library before the end of the era. I'm going to build the library first. The extra science is a little too good to wait on now that we have the extra trade route capacity. Yeah, I guess let's sail around and get an idea of the shape of this landmass. And our next purchase might be that tile. Unless... oh, well, we're going to grab it naturally, but we're going to grab it pretty slowly. Yeah, you know what? Put that culture towards something else. Also, I don't know why I bought that trader in the capital. That's definitely not where we want the trader to run from. Oh, also, did I actually look at their quest? They want me to trigger the inspiration for games and recreation by researching construction. Okay, so we're going to finish this tech without doing that. That's going to fail this quest, and then they'll just give us a new one at the beginning of the next era. I guess the other player who met Akkad must have just sailed past them without actually getting up here. I wouldn't expect there to be a village left. So let's run the trader from, I think probably from this city, right? This city needs a little bit of help building stuff. Okay, we got our civic. Do we want to run Insulae? I guess we could cut colonization for the moment. Insulae will be a little bit of extra housing for Kahia, at least. That's a galley from Bandar Brunei, all the way over here, really, and damaged. Alright, we should probably go back and get the village. Turns out Kahia is actually a better trade route location than the capital is. That's a shame. Okay, there we go. Stuff should build a little bit more effectively now. And with this envoy, we could grab this bonus. I don't think this is going to be too relevant. We're probably going to build at least one builder in the capital, and you do get the bonus on that. Yeah, let's just pick this up. It'll be good to have a little bit of favor coming in. We've now doubled our favor output. And also, we will not get unpleasantly surprised by barbarian units plundering our traders. I mean, we don't see any barbarian units, but could show up at any moment now. Barbarians are always remarkably technologically advanced. They seem to get... sometimes they pick up teleportation earlier than you might think. I think we probably want to prioritize grabbing the fishing boats over grabbing the cocoa. I mean, we will grab the cocoa with this builder. But let's get some fishing boats out first. And actually, I want this one the most. Because crabs have more gold, but the fish... Food is important. Food is important. This is just like a very chill opening. So we are, in fact... You know what? I probably should just move Liang over... No. We want to build fisheries. I also want to accelerate the building of the district here. But we should get our fisheries. We'll move Liang over to this city after we get some fisheries up here, I think. So she can help build their initial districts. Actually, I think we want to pump out a bunch of builders here, because we have a lot of population now, and we want to have actual improved tiles for them to work on. And we actually own a huge number of tiles, too. Oh, I think we're meeting somebody. Brazil! Okay, I don't really remember what Brazil's deal is. I think they like to attract great people, and they don't like it if you attract great people. Sure, let's exchange information on our capitals. I'm not afraid of him. We should probably develop... Now that we've met a player, we should develop wall tech. Oof. A terrible drought has befallen our city-state ally. I don't think there's anything we can do about that. Okay, now we'll go grab the cocoa. Oh, we met somebody else. Pius of Hungary. What is... Oh, also, I totally didn't remember to send an envoy to Pedro. We should do that now before the turn ends. Send a delegation. Okay, so he, like civilizations who are not competing for great people, will recruit great people whenever possible, so he never passes, I guess is what that means. So I wonder exactly how this works. Will he get mad at us for taking any great people, or will he only get mad at us for taking the kinds of great people that he's aiming at? Like, if he's very great artist and great writer focused, will he get mad at us for being good at great scientists? I guess we'll find out. And Mr. Corvinus levies troops from city-states and likes civilizations that do the same. Okay, well... He's going to dislike us, because I can't imagine a reason that we would do that. So we didn't talk about that mechanic at all yet. But when a city-state is... When you are the suzerain of a city-state, you can pay them money to temporarily take control of their army. I don't know. I don't think we're going to be at war very much. Also, a lot of our city-state allies don't... I guess these guys might develop navies. I wouldn't expect to see much of a navy out of Antananarivo or Mexico City. Alright, let's build some fisheries, right? I guess we also have to get this coffee. Let's go ahead and get the coffee. We know that's the thing we want to do. And... Brazil's scout got the thing just before we would have. Well, that's frustrating. Okay, so we know where Brazil is. Let's go... We know where Brazil and Hungary both are. Let's go down here. We can see a city-state border, actually. More people for us to meet. Oh, we should trade off our extra turtles. Obviously, we would never trade a turtle, but we could trade access to and knowledge of turtles. I think that would be a fine, acceptable thing to do. And I might try to build the Colossus. I know our city doesn't have fantastic production, but it's going to have better production in a moment because of the fisheries giving +1 production while Liang's here. And a permanent bonus to your trade route count is pretty significant. I'm going to build it here instead of here, because here it could it's at least possible we will build a theater square there. I don't know for sure that we will, but if we put it here, we definitely can't build a theater square here, because we can't... I think we're not allowed to pull up the stone. Right, I know we're not allowed to harvest it with the builder action. I'm not sure if we might be able to build districts over it. I'm not actually certain how our thing works. Also, Pedro is feeling real friendly right now. Do we want to maybe just see if we can... Yeah. Let's just make friends right now. This prevents... this lowers the risk of us getting surprise attacked, which I'm always a big fan of. So he would love it if we would give him all of that, which I will not do. You really don't have anything I want. You are not allowed to have my diplomatic favor. So he does have extra spices. We could trade our turtles for that, but actually, hold on. I'm supposed to be trading off my turtles. He just doesn't... He doesn't... Oh, he has turtles of his own. Let's see if Matthias does as well. They seem to be quite plentiful on this map. Oh, he does not. Okay, he doesn't want the turtles. He doesn't want amenities. You know, some people are afraid to know the great truths of the world. They see the opportunity to know, to become more, before them. And they shy from it. This is what we're going to have to deal with this game. Okay, so I think we probably just want to get our commercial hub up. Like, we're not... Or not commercial hub, our harbor, rather. We're not really hurting for... culture just yet. Like, we're not in a big hurry to build those theater squares. I would like some faith income. I guess we should try to get our religion spread out. We should try to build a stronghold of our religion so that other players coming along with their religion can't just wipe ours out trivially. And actually, Kahia would have a pretty good theater square, because we have a lot of unimproved forests and rainforests here. Yeah. So we could cut this down and build Kahia's theater square right there, and that would allow us to get a little bit of extra culture from the adjacency bonus. But I think it's more likely that we build the theater square here or here. Keep all of those unimproved tiles. Congo has just received a foreign delegation from Brazil. So, okay, apparently we know that Congo's in the game. Honestly, that little continent over there is totally ripe for a city or two. Yeah, like a city right here is, I guess, maybe not ideal. We could found near these turtles. 3 tiles away. Yeah, right there. That tile is totally settlable. It would have a large rainforest nearby that we could work. That's not bad at all, actually. Alright, let's get a couple of fisheries established here. See if we can't accelerate this this Colossus. Also, we need to meet this city-state. Hopefully nobody else has met them. They're pretty far away from the other players that we know in the area. Yeah, man, that's a pretty good tile improvement that we that we have learned to build here. Okay, what was my plan with you? It was probably just fisheries, right? Can we build the fisheries anywhere, or can we only build them in her cities? It just says, can construct the fishery improvement. Well, alright, that's a thing we can test next turn. Definitely build the library. I don't know what we're going to do with all of our money. I guess it's lighthouses and traders, right? For the foreseeable future. Somebody's built the Temple of Artemis. Okay. This city-state has definitely been met. That Hungarian galley definitely just sailed right past them. Kabul, they would love for us to trigger the inspiration for military training, which is to build an encampment. You know, honestly, this would not have been a bad game for us to build encampments. You can get a little bit of culture from them and a little bit of industry. But, yeah, I don't know that we're getting that. What is Kabul's bonus? Units receive double experience from battles they initiate. Okay, so we don't really care about that at all, then. No big loss not getting that one. The weird, like, there's a lot of ocean right up in our stuff here, which is a little annoying. Okay, so is this tile currently owned by this city? It totally is. What if we swap it over to here? No, you can only build fisheries in tiles that are owned by Liang City. We're going to have to move her around just to build the fisheries. Well, that's fine. We can do that. Yeah, these are pretty good. So we'll just fill our coastal waters with these. I should maybe even buy that tile. I guess we're saving money for expanding our trade routes and stuff. Okay, well, I think we've got here a pretty good start. We've met a couple of players. We've got a strong coastal civilization going with, I think, a couple of more good expansion places available to us. And we can take advantage of our government plaza building to get those going. I don't know exactly how the resource cost reductions stack, but that government square building is making builders cheaper, right? Yeah. Okay, it's not making builders cheaper, it's increasing our production when we're making builders. So we have doubled production toward builders when we have that policy card active. So it should be easy to pop a couple more of those out. Maybe we'll do that in Kahia once we get the harbor and the lighthouse and the trader established. And then we'll just scoop up some more coastal land. I think we can grow out and up pretty quickly with this start. So that is going to be it for us for today. Thank you all so much for watching. Come back next time to see exactly how much of this map we can paint red and blue. And we'll see you then.